So let's say we want to take 0.52 and convert it to arc minutes and seconds. 0.52 degrees. And then I'm going to write equivalent statements. So I'm going to write down numbers that equal each other but in different unit systems. And I'm going to put the thing I want to get rid of in the denominator, the thing I want to keep in the numerator, or an intermediary in the numerator. Sometimes we've got to go through different steps to get to where we want to be. So 1 degree is 60 arc minutes, right? So that will give us, you can tell me what that is. Should be a little more than 30.
31.2.
Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes the problem will just say get us down into arc minutes. But let's take it to seconds. For this, we've got, actually, we keep the first significant figure here because it's 0 degrees. So we would write this as 0 degrees and 31.2
Yep, 31.2.
arc minutes. Now we want to keep the things to the left of the decimal point because we want to express this in terms of whole numbers until we get down to the arc seconds. So we'll take the 0.2, just to be clear. I'm going to take the 0.2 and convert it from arc minutes to arc seconds. So that's arc minutes. Then I want to get rid of the arc minutes. That should be like 1.2.
I got 12.
12?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm off by a factor of 10 in my head. So that's 12 arc seconds. And is that exactly 12.0?
Yep.
All right. So the final answer would be 0 degrees, 31 arc minutes, 12 arc seconds. Yeah.
There was a question, I think, on maybe homework 2, and it was like, there's how many arc seconds are 30, there's like 30 degrees and 6 arc seconds. Would we just convert the 30 degrees to arc seconds and then add that to the 6 arc seconds? Find the total amount of arc seconds.
You were given it in degrees and arc seconds, you were asked to figure out what it is in arc seconds.
Correct.
Yeah, so you keep the arc seconds point because it's already there,
Okay.
then convert the arc minutes to arc seconds and then add them
Okay.
to the arc seconds you already got. And then convert your degrees to arc seconds and add them still.
Okay.
So let's do that. Let's pick a random counts. It'll be something like 23. Well, we're going into degrees, right? So I didn't want to write a century. All right, I'm making up numbers. 23 degrees, 15 minutes, and 36 seconds. 0.0. All right. We want to get that into decimal degrees. So we keep the 36 because that's already there. So, I'm sorry, we want to get into decimal degrees. So we keep the 23 because that's already in decimal degrees. It's a whole degree, right? So now we're going to take 36 arc minutes and convert it, or arc seconds, to, convert it to arc minutes. I can do that in my head. That should be 0.7. Can someone verify?
Yeah.
0.6, right. Man, I'm struggling with math today. 0.6, and that's going to have units of arc minutes. Now we can add the arc minutes up because these two have the same units now. Remember, units obey the rules of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division the same way that variables do. So if you have the same unit, the two can add and subtract. If they are different, they can't. You have to list them separately. Okay. So now we've got 15, wrong color, 15.6 arc minutes, and we want to scale that into degrees. We're going to get, what's 15.6 divided by 60?
0.26.
Any more decimals after that? So now that's in units of degrees, and we can now say these guys can now add up, right? Because they got the same units. So the final answer is going to be 23.260 in degrees. Okay. Yeah.
Do we have to add the zero like on a test, or can you just end it at 6?
Usually it's enough to just do 3 significant figures, but with problems like this, the problem will likely specify how much precision it wants to give you. And you've seen that in your homework. Say to like the 1,000th of an AU or something like that. I'm getting picky about this because when you have an arc second is so precise that changes to the decimal tenth, hundredth, thousandth place is significant in the arc seconds domain. So if we were to take 32 just this number without the zero and convert it back to degrees, minutes, seconds, we would get a different value here. But keeping the zero around will get us back to the 36. So the general answer is 3 significant figures is enough. But this is an exception.